Hi, we're up to our weekly guidance for Monday the 29th of October 2018. The cards I would hope to use this week are our Cat Wisdom cards, and these are by Tanya Graham. Cute little cats with some great meanings. So we'll start now with Aries, and your card for today, for this week, is going to be reflection. So basically this is saying what you need to do is reflect on what you have accomplished to date. Remember what you were like 5 years ago. Looking back, you realize just how far you've come. So acknowledge that every single one of your experiences has helped you to get where you are and served you in some way. So what this is saying is that, guys, you've got a lot going on. You've got a lot of milestones along the way that you have to realize that have been put there for a reason, for you to go back and gauge exactly what it is that you've achieved. So if you look back and you look at, that a relationship started on this age and it finished on this age, a job, children, travel, whatever the case may be, just go back and realize exactly what has occurred in your life in the past and realize that these things have happened for a reason. So all the jobs that you've been given, all the tasks that's come and gone, and you've accomplished this, and things may not have always been so wonderful or run so smooth, but it's all happened for a reason. And what's happened is that this has given you sort of some strength, given you that character, given you that backbone of who you are. So feel confident in knowing that all the trials and tribulations that you've been through this week or in the past, Aries, give you something this week to think about. You need to sit back and go, okay, this is what's happened, why it's happened, what I've learned from it, and this is helping me move forward in my life. So Taurus, we've got your card, which is cheekiness. And the message says, embrace your inner cheek. Lighten up and spread some cheer with those around you by not taking life so seriously. Dare to free yourself of the expectation that you always act your age. There's always room for a bit of tongue-in-cheek fun. Okay? So what this is saying is that sometimes you get a little bit too caught up in being the responsible adult that you feel you need to be. You get so wrapped up in living up to other people's expectations, and sometimes this gives it takes away your opportunity to have some fun. It's making you really it makes you seem as though you have no joy in your life because you outwardly show this serious side to you. People see you as being rather a bit of a cold fish at times. So don't be afraid to have a bit of a laugh with people, joke around, a little bit of a practical joke, a little bit of a prank. It doesn't matter what it is, but you need to turn around and find that little bit of cheekiness that you do have within you, because we all know that we have that inner childlike quality. Sometimes we just tuck that child that far away that we cannot see them coming to the forefront anytime soon. So find your little happiness, cheekiness and joy and go from there, okay? So don't be such a stuffed shirt, guys, okay? Gemini, your card this week says worry. Your present worries are sapping a great deal of energy from you. While the situation may be stressful, it's time to make a conscious effort to focus on what you can do now to experience more peace. Dwelling on the things that are in the past and worrying about how things might turn out in future keep you from truly living this present moment. Trust that the situation creating this worry will soon pass and choose a brighter outlook. Guys, one of my favorite sayings is, it is what it is, okay? So things happen for a reason. We can't change that. We cannot make, ourselves, change our personality, change our habits, all to suit a situation. Things happen for a reason, and you've got to realize that whatever that may be, It is what it is. You can't change it by sitting at home worrying and stressing and being anxious continually over and over and over again. Okay? So whatever this little thing is that's got you really in your head worrying needlessly about what's going to happen, you've just got to let it go. Get on with life, because when we move on and just keep living in the moment and not stressing about what's going on over here, we can then allow the event or the situation to occur on its own, and then we can deal with what we need to deal with. So if it's something that you really need to put a lot of time and effort into, okay, but sitting here wondering about, am I going to get that job? Am I going to get that job? Am I going to get that job? It's not doing you any favors, because you're just stressing continually. Wait until you get a yes or a no, then decide on how you're going to, move forward with that. Okay, if you don't get it, so be it. There's something better coming along. If you do get it, great, congratulations. But what you've got to do is then work on what you've got to do from there. Because you sitting at home going, yes, no, maybe, what if, is it, isn't it, whatever, you're wasting time. You're wasting your own energy. So don't keep sitting around thinking about the probabilities, the possibilities. Just get on with it. And when you do have a definitive, then work with that. Okay? Now, Cancer, we've got your card coming up. Again, this is for the week of the 29th of October 2018. Oh, this card doesn't want to go in. Tolerance. So this says, while it is important to speak your truth and express your own opinions, it is also necessary to allow others the same freedom. Be accepting of other people's views and be prepared to compromise to achieve the best outcome for all involved. Okay? So guys, what this is saying is that sometimes you get so adamant that your position, your views, your beliefs are the only ones that are meant to be out there. You can be, and by doing that, you're closing yourself off. You're putting people on the defensive before you even allow people to have their say. Pardon me. So what's going on is that, if you're wanting to have your own voice, your own opinion on a situation, great. But you best be sure to allow other people the same courtesy, because if you want people to allow you the freedom of speech, then you deserve to be giving that back to other people, because you can't be the one and only to have an opinion and no one else around you can speak up their mind as well. It doesn't work like that. It's like anything. It's a two-way street. Relationships, friendships, your work. It's give and take. So if I'm giving to you, I need to take back from you as well. I can't just sit here and preach to the choir and not get any feedback from you, because that's just it's control. And you're not going to succeed in life if you're going to want to constantly have that control over yourself, other people, and the community at large, okay? Life isn't to be controlled. Life is to be lived, okay? Leo, 29th of October 2018, and the card is making me work for it, isn't it? Doubt. At times we move through life confidently with clear purpose. At other times we have countless questions and are filled with hesitation. Doubt creeps into our minds to encourage us to reflect on the choices we are making. Use this time to question some of your ideas and beliefs. You will come out of this period with more direction and focus. Okay? So it's okay to doubt that you've made the right choice. It's okay to think, what have I done, and have I done the right thing? Have I made the right choices? But, reflect for a short time, but then move on with it, okay? We have so many choices and opportunities in life nowadays. We We have so many things to choose from. We have so many possibilities. We have so much going for us in this day and age. And, you know, we can sometimes get so comfortable that whatever we need, we will get. But at other times we have these moments of self-doubt. Am I doing enough? Am I enough? Am I making the right decision? Am I making, you know, the right choices? Not just for me, but for those around me, my family, my friends. Am I making the right decisions? If you're uncertain, you need to take a moment and think about, why do you feel uncertain? Otherwise, think about it and process it and put it to the side and carry on. Because if we give too much time and energy to doubt, we're going to keep second guessing ourselves and we're going to lose our confidence. Okay? So usually the first choice you make is the right choice for yourself. So if you have that gut instinct that, yes, this is what I need to do, and you do it, there's no need to go back and doubt it. Even if it's a bad experience, you chose to do it for a reason. Okay? Good old Virgo next. Virgo, what have we got going on? Okay. Bewilderment. In today's frenetic world, it's not uncommon to be left feeling a little bewildered by a strange new encounter, unexpected outcome, or surprising discovery. Trust that you've gained the needed experience to be able to ride any waves that rock your boat. Remind yourself to pause occasionally when life seems to be asking a lot of you, and just breathe and relax. You've got this. See, so many times we have so much going on that we think, what the? And we get so caught up and we're thinking, where did that come from? That's totally from left field. That's okay, because life is meant to be lived. Life is meant to be experienced. Life is meant to be, you know, full of surprises at times. But you've just got to believe that everything that's happened has happened for a reason. And sometimes it may be a little bit rough and a little bit chaotic, but that's okay as well, because it gives you the strength of character and the knowledge that you can handle anything that comes your way. So don't feel as though you've been, you know, thrown a curveball, because the universe wouldn't throw that ball at you if they knew that you sure as hell couldn't hit it. Okay? You have the capabilities and the means to really, you know, put everything into it. So don't feel as though things are happening out of turn, out of order, outside of your control, because if you really sit back and look at it, you can control the situation and move forward with it and use this situation to the best of your ability. And look, as I say, you've got this. Okay, now who's next? We've got Virgo, then we go to Libra. Good old Libra. Libra. Whoop. Stay focused, Libra. It says to be clear about your purpose. What have you set out to achieve? Keep the end goal in your sights and remain focused to assure your success. Okay? It's often easy just to get distracted by things on the outside, but you've had a clear plan of what it is that you've wanted and where it is that you're going. What you've got to do is stick to it. Stick to your guns. Don't allow other people and other things to distract you. Okay? It's like, you know, you're busy trying to get ahead and do something, and then you go, oh, look, that's pretty. No more gazing off into the distance. No more putting yourself into that, you know, state of mind where is something better coming along? Oh, that's more appealing. I'll go over there and do that. You've got a goal. You've got a target. I need you to sit back and look at the path that you need to take to get to that goal. Okay? And where do you see yourself being once you achieve this? Okay? Because you've got direction, you've got purpose, you just need to put the motivation with that and have that package where you can just go boom onto it. Okay? Because Libra, you have so often put other people first, and you've got to realize that sometimes it's your turn. So stay focused, stay on task, and get it done. Okay. Scorpio, your card just flipped out as I was shuffling, and it says trust. Okay. If you're feeling torn about which direction to go in, it is time to make a decision. Both paths will be challenging, pardon me, and rewarding. So choose one and trust that it will be the right one for you. It is time to move forward. You can be so uncertain about what you're deciding to do that you flip between decisions very often, okay? What you're known to be like is that you want to go down here and do this, and then you take one step onto that path and realize that I didn't really give the other path much of a look. I didn't really put much time and effort into that. Let me go back and have a look over there. So you're backwards and forwards, and by that time, the journey's already, the time for that journey's gone and passed. You always have to go with your first instinct, your intuition. So whatever you feel the first time you have an option is usually the best one for you, okay? But you've got to trust yourself. And this is the hard thing. Because you've never really had reason to really dig deep and trust you, you're finding it hard to trust in the process and the your own intuition. So you've got to believe in you, you've got to trust you. And as I said, the first decision when you're presenting that question to yourself here, the first answer you get is 99.9% the correct choice. Okay, so if I was to say to you, should you go on that holiday, your first answer, your instinct, that's usually 99.9% accurate as to what you should be doing. Sagittarius, 29th of October 2018, your weekly guidance. And again, we're using the Cat Wisdom cards by Tanya Graham. And Sagittarius, your card says, don't panic. Okay? Feeling bewildered by an unexpected turn of events. Don't panic. Take a moment to gather your thoughts and consider the options on the table in your own time. Life doesn't always go as we plan it to, but your experience shows you'll always find a way to land on your feet. Trust yourself. Okay? So something's just come from out of nowhere and making you feel as though it's, crazy. Like, what's going on here? Why is this happening? But don't feel as though it's a bad thing. Even if it doesn't go as expected, that's okay, because you will find a solution to the problem. If it is a problem, you will find a way out of a situation if it is difficult. You've got to trust yourself that you will always find a way out of something. So if you're, for example, driving and you think, oh my goodness, I've gone the wrong way, and just go on instinct, you will find your way back out to where you're meant to be going. If you're presented with a situation that's a little bit difficult or a little bit uncomfortable, just slowly go through what's going on. Think about it as you're, going on with your day-to-day thing, because your natural instinct will give you that way out of it, okay? Don't feel that you have to know the answer straight away. You can take the time to reflect on it and work out what's going on and the best way for you to get out of a situation and move forward, okay? So just don't panic, because sometimes the first instinct is that flight or fight. So just take a moment and think about what it is you want, how you want it to happen, and move forward from there, okay? So take your time on it. Don't let it just become overwhelming and all-consuming. Capricorn, your card for the week. Monday the 29th of October 2018 will be mystery. This is saying for ages, scientists and scholars have been investigating how our world works, and yet there are still so many unknowns. Rather than trying to figure everything out logically, accept that some things will always remain a mystery. The puzzles of life are part of the fun. Basically, Capricorn, you're not going to have all the answers to everything. You've got to realise that even the geniuses of the world, of our time, have not always known all the answers to all the problems or questions or puzzles or whatever the case may be. So sometimes not knowing is part of the experience. Sometimes not knowing what the outcome to something will be makes the journey a lot more fun and a lot more enjoyable along the way. So we can't always just race in and think that we're going to know exactly what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and what's going to be the outcome. Because it would be a boring ass life if that was the way it was going to happen, okay? Sometimes it's like going in, for example, and buying a lotto ticket. Do you know when you buy that ticket whether it's a winning ticket or a losing ticket? You don't. And that's part of the fun. That's part of the journey. That's part of life, not knowing what the outcome to a situation is going to be. So you've got to be a little bit more flexible and a little bit more open to allow life to bring to you what it is that you need. You're not going to have all the answers. As much as you want to, and as much as you feel the need to be in total control and have all the answers to all the questions and all the problems of life, not happening. So learn how to deal with it and get on with life, and just whatever will be, will be. And Aquarius, we're moving on to you. Your card shall be, whoa, that one. It's time to wait, okay? So what they're saying is there is a time for action, pardon me, and a time for patience. You have put in the hard work. Now there is nothing left to do but wait. When the timing is right, you will start to see results and your effort will pay off. So what this is saying is that it's like watching paint dry. Okay, you've painted the room. There's nothing else you can do but now wait for it to dry before you can go and put all your paintings back on the walls and you know, do what you need to do after you finish painting. So you have to wait. Okay? Now, you've got something going on that you've been really pushing to get an outcome from. I'm showing that what's going on with you guys at the moment is that you've been really putting in the hard yards. You've been putting a lot of effort into getting yourself known or seen in regards to this situation. What I feel is that there's a lot happening around this, and that you've been putting, it's like putting yourself, like promoting yourself, advertising your capabilities and experience and everything. And you can't do any more than that. So think of it like this. You've applied for a job, for example. You've written your cover letter. You've addressed all the selection criteria. You've updated and judged up that resume, CV, whatever you want to call it, and you've sent it all off, okay? Everything you've done with intent. You've put the hard yards into it. You've put a lot of time and effort into selling yourself, selling your good points, really promoting your capabilities and how you would best fit this position. But you can't do any more than that until you get a call to say, great, loved your application, please come in for an interview. Now, you can't push the HR person to pick up that phone and ring you and ask you in for an interview. Okay? So it's time to sit back and wait. You've done the work. You've got to wait for the outcome. You can't make it happen overnight. Okay? And I do feel that some of you have actually been applying for work, and I feel as though if it's not a completely new position, elsewhere I feel as though there's a you've applied for like a promotion. You're trying to get that one step higher than where you currently are. And what's going to happen is that I feel that those of you who have put some, you've got past experience in the industry, it's going to happen for you. But for those of you who are wanting to break into a new area of employment, be prepared to have to do further like course, certificate, training, that sort of thing, because I feel as though the only thing that's lacking on your experience, on your CV, is that you don't have relevant qualifications in the industry. You've got things that can transfer from what you've been doing over into this new job, but they're going to want the piece of paper to say that you have the full understanding of how it works. And Pisces, your card flicked out, which was individuality. And what it's saying is celebrate your individuality. You are the unique result of your environment and experiences. Pardon me. Be proud of who you are. There's no one quite like you. Okay? Now, tell me this. How boring, how mundane, how blah would life be if we were all the same? If we were all the same height, the same weight, the same race, the same religion, there'd be no difference than a world full of robots. We're individual for a reason, so we can best bring all different aspects of our lives to others. Okay? Your own experiences make you who you are. Your beliefs, again, make you who you are. We all feel the need to fit in, which is great, but by fitting in doesn't mean that we should lose who we are, lose our sense of self. Okay? So be proud of your uniqueness, your individuality, what makes you you. Okay? And stop trying to fit in with the norm, because, to be honest, what the hell is the norm? Who decides what the norm is? So whatever makes you you, be proud of it and own it, and see how much that uniqueness and individuality that you possess brings joy to other people. People around you love you for being you, not because you're like everybody else. Okay guys, so that's our guidance for this week. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I look forward to catching up with you all again next time. Take care now.